Good afternoon, everyone. Today, let's look at the job of a maintenance manager, okay, or plant manager. What are those human beings do? Okay, what are their main activities which they normally go through on a daily basis? All right, without wasting much of your time, you need to go through. By the way, maintenance is an activity which actually uses a lot of money. Okay. If you don't control anything, you lose a lot of money there. It's important that if you're a finance manager, management accountant, you have to follow each and every transaction which those fellows do, okay, or commit to the company. So this is exactly what we are going to look at. So we need to log in into Alexander 2, Nectar Prime Alexander 2. Okay, so that we see what goes on there. All right. So I will log in the normal way, like the other one. Okay. Now here, that program is found under Stocks Manager. Okay. So you go where it says the workflow here. All right. So this is a menu which you'll be able to see. All right. There is what we call preventive maintenance or reactive. Reactive, these are situations whereby you only react when the maintenance is required. All right. Well, preventive maintenance means you plan ahead to say, okay, maybe next week we are going to maintain these machines. Okay. Yeah. So depending to the culture which you have in your organization, some normally use reactive, some they prefer they schedule maintenance in advance to avoid the bottlenecks and also loss of sales. So now before you do anything, the most important thing when we talk of maintenance, we are not just talking of production machines, no. One, we are talking of even office equipment such as printers, a computer, or a cash register, a note counters. All those machines need to be maintained. Then we are also talking of vehicles. Where do you think the vehicles will fall? Even vehicles have to be maintained. There are situations whereby you have maybe 2 to 5 vehicles. You want them to be checked before they go for fitness, maybe under RX, RATSA. Okay, you need to maintain those. So they need to be either scheduled or if you want a reactive maintenance, it's okay. Then you have also the plants. The plants, yes, in plant machines, machinery need to be maintained, things like that. When we talk of plant machinery, those are plant machinery which are involved in the production of goods and services. All right? So that's exactly what we are talking about. Now, if I pause, don't you think maintaining this equipment require a lot of money? What if you don't have a program to trace all this kind of maintenance? How are you going to know? How are you going to control as a finance guy? You need to know how to go about it. But to do that, you need a program to assist you to do that. So the first thing which you need to do, you need to add the equipment here, the inventories here. When we talk of inventory, those are the spare parts which you will have for all kinds, motor vehicles, plant equipment, office equipment, all those need to be added. Must have a list for them. Okay, so that whatever spare part is moving into maintenance, it must be tracked. The value we need it. Okay. Yes. So that we know exactly what they are maintaining. Because you'll be surprised to say, okay, the same machine will be requiring tomorrow, they ask you for the same part. After 1 week, again, the same part. Then you should be able to ask those people to say, you people, last week you used the same part. Again, this time around, we are asking for the same part. What is wrong with those parts? Are you buying genuine parts or you are simply buying something in the air? Those are the questions which a finance guy needed to ask. So the addition of inventory is here. You just click there, okay? You can see I added already these items for you to see, okay? When you add the items, this is the actual stock of items for bushes. For example, you have 250 quantities, safety stock, okay? You select here, okay? If this is not what you need, you can still add under safety stock whatever safety stock which you have agreed with the management, then you will be just selecting here, okay, as required. All right. So if these items you don't have from stock, you need to select the vendor where those are going to come from. You can say I've also added a bit of some vendors there where you can buy those things from. And also you put it, using the quotations and everything, the preferred vendor or prepared bidder, you need also to see the price so that you put the price for that thing. So we are saying, in this case, we are saying, okay, these bushes, we have them already in stock. We are not buying from the vendor, okay? And the cost for those bushes each, okay, to be used for that forklift, okay? Yeah. So for equipment, this one I'll show you. There is another way, another button where we add the equipment. We'll be able to see where we add all these things. I've already added in advance for the purpose of this. Okay. So once you have done all this safety stock, you know, the quantity which is in stock, you know, okay, then you'll be able to know to say, oh, okay, this is what is remaining there. And the cost is that. That is fine. All right. Yeah. So tires, whatever, toners, we have all these safety stock, we know. Okay, what is in in stores, we know to say, okay, here we have 30, but the safety stock actually is supposed to be 10. Okay, this can be updated by the storeman at the end of maybe the finance people do the store count, or even before that. It's the job of a storeman to make sure that every day they check what is remaining in the stores there and update this thing so that you have the current stock there. Of course, when you are issuing the same system, since now we are not looking at issuing, I would have shown you how these things, the issues to or consumables are reducing this will become actually costs. But now I want you to concentrate on the maintenance itself. So this is what happens there. The storeman does his part there by making sure that, okay, the quantities matches with the bin cards there, and also monitor what you are seeing here as the safety stock. It should be also indicated on the bin card there so that he is able to know to say, oh, okay, I think we are running out of stock. Yeah. Anything below this means you are in danger. You have to make sure that the order are replenished, things like that. All right. I think this is it, clear. All right, that is clear. Yeah. Now we come to equipment. This is where you add your equipment. Okay. Yeah. So you add your equipment here, right? So you can see I've added it. This is a vehicle. Okay. Vehicle serial number and everything. This is the way how you add your vehicle. You also put in the email address. Yeah, if you are using Outlook so that the email goes to whoever that person who is supposed to maintain is. So things like that. Here we are saying, okay, this car, okay, where does it belong to? Okay, you need to put where that car belongs. I've already put some of the department, but you can put as many, all the departments, so that the person who is doing this, you simply select the department where that car belongs to. Here, if you have a picture, you put also a picture of the car. You can put it there. Same applies here for the forklift, which we are seeing there. The cost of the forklift also you put it there, things like that. Okay, so this one is very, very straightforward. All right, so yeah, all right. So we also close here. I think I've shown you for the equipment there. But now, what happens when you are now making let's say let's start with this one. preventive maintenance schedule. Okay? So this is where it matters most. Okay? You may plan to say you'll be doing it daily, the schedule. This is a schedule, eh? Okay. Maybe you want to be doing it daily, weekly, fortnightly. You know, some people, when we say fortnightly, they get confused. We are simply talking of 14 days or 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah. Some people, they get mixed up on that one. Maybe others will say, no, every month end, that's when we do the maintenance. Some will say, no, quarter is okay. Some by year. When we say by year, we are talking of every after 6 months. Okay? When you say yearly, it means that 12 months. Every after 12 months, we do that. Now, for example, suppose we want to do it here, maybe weekly, you click here, you create your schedule. So this is the way how the schedule looks like. Okay? Yeah. So you create here, you select the equipment which you want to maintain. Okay. And the production area. Okay. PM description. When we say PM description, what exactly do you want to maintain? You describe it there. All right. Yeah. That's what you need to do. Then, if it is going to be serviced by the company, you select it here, okay? Which company is going to service that? All right? Yeah, okay. Now, from there, then you have what we call now the costing. So the costing now comes here, right? You can see the bushes are coming here. So when you select that, it will pick that correct, that cost it will bring it there. Okay. Whatever items which you are going to be selecting, they will be coming in this column here. So that now from there, once you complete it, you have the total cost here, which is very important. We want to see how much each and every machine will cost us to maintain. All right? Yeah. Man hour spend, things like that, all those need to be done. Okay? Yeah. After you have done that, okay, then we can check, has the machine completed? If it is completed, you tick there. Okay? Check to schedule for the next maintenance. You can check here if you want to schedule for the next maintenance. That's way how this one works. All right. So we close it here. Yeah. This one, these are more or less like a report. You want to see now, view completed or incomplete records. So there are some, you might want to see, okay, view those maintenance that are complete and those which are not complete. You can view them there. So for example, weekly, you can come here and view it like that. Okay. You can easily search by machine here if you didn't, Yeah. You search like that. Then you'll be able to tell to say, okay, this is complete or incomplete. Yeah. So if you check here, okay, it will bring only those items or those equipment which are complete. Here it says check box to show completed plant and maintenance. You can tick there so that as you select there, only those which are completed will come there. Those which are not, okay, they won't come there. So that's what it is. Yeah. So if we So it's important that you follow these things daily, especially if you're a finance guy. You need to make sure that this thing is actually on your fingertips. You need to have a software like this to help you monitor the costs for maintenance. If you don't monitor the cost for maintenance, that is an ATM. That is a clear an ATM for the people who are in maintenance if you didn't know. Because they can be coming to you to say, boss, today the plant is not working because we need to buy this machine. You have no clue. You don't even know what was fixed last month. You don't know what was fixed last week. Things like that. You keep on dishing out the money. At the end of the day, the company will be going down. What are you doing? You are the finance guy. You need to know these things. You can't tell me that you have no idea of this. You need to, and you have to be on top of things. You need softwares like this to help you monitor the costs there, to help you questioning those people where they are taking the money. Don't just keep things like that. All right? Okay. Okay, we cross. So this is just a record. You can view the records there. You can also, even here, you can add the equipment and the emails on the same schedule here. No problem to allow you to do that. Okay. I think for the lack of time, we'll keep on going. So, okay, site, then continuous improvement. This one, all right, let's see. There, this one is meant actually, yeah, to ensure that we keep on maintaining those equipment to ensure that they are in tip-top conditions. But you see again, when you are maintaining, eh, you need to know who is that person to doing the maintenance. You have put in the names of the people there, and also if you check there is also a technician in this side also. You select the name of the technician who is supervising this guy, yeah, maintaining this. Because the whole idea here, we wanted to see who is doing the job and who is doing useless jobs here. The supervisor must be held responsible. Even the person who is actually doing the donkey work need to be held responsible. We need to see also the cost which is attached to that. It's not just a situation whereby you simply say everything is, they will sort it out themselves there. A budget is useless. There is no need to simply say, okay, I'll come and check on the budget. Yeah, otherwise it will be difficult. So let's not do things like that. Okay? So we need we need to make sure that things are done properly. Okay? Yeah. So that's that. All right. So okay. So these are some of the reports, Excel datasheet, which you can use to check your records. Yeah. Yeah. So in an event, you may, I think for maintenance, these are, let me not go in detail. I don't want to confuse anyone. I'll end here so that people can have, can rewind and look at what is happening here. So I'll quit this module. Yeah. Yeah. So that module actually is found under stocks manager. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, there are so many. This is Alexander too. I think you are seeing this software for the first time. So